All right, we are live.
Yay.
Hello and welcome. I am Ronnke, your GM, and joining me today in order of their character avatars in Fantasy Grounds, we have Mel, FX Engineer, Gigaman, and Rigel Kent. Today we embark on our Star Wars campaign titled Vanguard using the very awesome and versatile GURPS system by Steve Jackson Games. Not everyone can watch the live stream, but worry not. Our sessions are available on YouTube as audio-only podcasts. They're on YouTube and as audio-only podcasts. You can find the links in the video description. If you find our content appealing or engaging, we kindly request that you show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our Twitch and YouTube channels. Before we dive into the action, does anyone have any character business they'd like to address?
Script reader is fired.
Yeah,
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
When it cycles back around to me, there's no way my script is going to be like that.
There's just too much to mention. I figure.
Definitely not going to say worry not.
Yeah, there's plenty of reason to worry. I have decided to pick up luck unless the GM makes a fuss about it.
All right, make your strength test. I'm pretty heavy right now. It's all my get.
You'll have to take that up with luck, but otherwise it's okay.
Har.
So you've been saving 15 points?
It's not so much that I've been saving it, I just haven't had a solid plan.
Man, I've got to try and kill you more often. Get you to spend some of those flesh points. Or flesh wounds points.
That's been me.
Yeah, I think you've been saved by a few, 2 or 3.
I think it's 2. I'd have to go back and look in my GURPS thingy, my GCA thingy.
So Tina, any character business?
Nope, not this week.
Bosco.
Bosco's had he's been doing his stretches every morning and all that good stuff. He wants to raise his dexterity.
All right. The yoga has paid off.
It was either that or just become really super smart.
I guess the dex makes more sense. What's that put you to?
12 dex.
I thought you were higher than that in the first place.
No, he's got really high. He's got 14 intelligence or IQ, and all of his dex skills that are relevant, he's got like 4 and 8 points into them. So it was harder to raise his skill up, and it made more sense for me to raise my dex if I could save up the points.
And you've spent all your points, so that means you've got 0 unspent. You're a candidate for death now.
I am. He's gonna.
Yeah, but his dodge is slightly better.
So Nim, the only thing you were doing was the luck?
Yeah, that's it.
And luck, do you have any points you're spending?
Not at the moment.
Or other business? All right, well then we shall begin. We left off last week with a shorter session than normal. You guys had returned from the Mahina Kai Plateau, having met Loophole and been introduced to his stash of stuff that he has been renovating and, well, not renovating, it's not the word, I can't even think of the word, sorry, brain's dead.
Rebuilding,
fixing. You had decided that you wanted a lat and an Arc Fighter, or Arc 170. Each of these vehicles needed some TLC, which I am assuming you're going to do over the course of time. Unless there's any questions, we will begin with you guys back at Minerva City. Assuming that's what you wanted to do.
Boss goes, how just from how much time has elapsed just from a background time? Just because I'm thinking money and stuff like that. He's trying to save up some money, job roles and all that good stuff.
Right. Let's say since the start of the campaign. Is that what you're working out?
No, well, just since the last time you told me about a month had passed, I'm just wondering if another month has passed.
Let's say sure. Another month has passed. Time will flow at the pace of plot.
As it always does.
So if you want
Suppose
to make...
that means the rest of us need to figure out what we're getting paid.
Well, everyone, if they have regular jobs, they can collect the usual income for your wealth level. And I guess you would have to pay your cost of living, which is 600. Yeah, 600.
Normally,
and you would have to make some job rolls if you have jobs.
Tina works in the like the dock area, shipyard, that kind of thing, doing repairs and stuff like that. So
Right.
if you need rolls on that.
Just roll your mechanic roll. I guess Nim's been cleaning Bosco's offices.
well,
Yeah.
that's not my primary job.
Wow, it's going to be that kind of night.
Ooh,
That would be a 14.
I think it's fine with job rolls. It's only criticals that get you fired.
Yeah, I think just if you don't make it, you just didn't make any money. Extra money
No,
that month.
it depends on the job and how it's set
Yeah.
up.
I know
Which we kinda
freelance
need to figure
jobs are 10% loss per margin of failure.
Wow, that
You got
was
promoted.
wasted.
You got
Promoted.
promoted.
It's family business. What the hell am I going to
No.
get promoted to?
One of your uncles died.
You are now chief janitor.
I don't want to be in charge.
Yeah, they just sacked the janitor at Bosco's offices because this dude that just comes
not
in
my
for
real
some
job.
reason is doing a better job.
We know. That's why it's funny. It's totally not your real job.
Right. Okay. I get promoted at the job that I don't care about.
You are the lead janitor.
Senior line assistant janitor. 3rd class.
Where are the job roles?
I guess I wonder how much do you get paid for that?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember if it's in basic 1 or 2.
$5.16.
2. Job role. critical fail will earn no money.
See, you got a 10% permanent raise, Daniel. Good job, Nim.
You'll have to make a note of that. So for whatever your regular job is, you've got an extra 10%. I'm not sure what it is for this tech level.
Nope.
They should
I'm sure it's
probably
ridiculous.
try to find a job.
That's true.
Tech level 10, 5,600 per month. So you've got an extra 560.
Oh, right. This place is 10.
So the base monthly pay is 5,600. You can modify that by your wealth level. And then deduct 600 for your cost of living.
Is there a logical explanation why because the cost of living pretty much stays the same no matter the TL, but our income levels change. So it just seems kind of as you go higher TL, it doesn't make as much sense, but maybe it does.
Yeah, their reasoning for that is that as the tech levels go up, you accumulate more stuff for the amount of work you do. So it's effectively increasing the amount of you're getting paid. I don't know that I agree with the way they handled it here, but it is what it is.
I think as tech level goes up, you also have, more disposable income for more lifestyle stuff.
All right. Well, so if the typical is 5,600 for average, I'm assuming I have a struggling job, and that is
Halved.
half that.
So then
Which is
your pay rise would be
2,800.
Would be 580.
It'd be well.
Sorry, 280.
3080 when I'm done.
Is there a list of jobs, like examples?
No, they don't do that in 3rd edition anymore.
This is
4th edition.
Or 4th edition. Yeah, they did it in 3rd edition. They don't do it in 4th edition.
Some of the world
I
books,
wonder
I
if-
think, have job tables.
Yeah. What about the Interstellar Wars? I know that has a bunch of jobs for different, like merchants and businessmen, explorers.
Yeah, that's probably about as close as you can get.
It depends on whether my PDF thing's gonna freaking open.
Also, I know like the biotech has one like for pharmacists and things like that.
So any other bookkeeping regarding jobs?
How much would
No.
it cost to buy a TIE fighter with a jump drive?
They don't
Fine.
come with jump drives in general. They would have to be a modified TIE fighter.
There are no jump drives in Star Wars. It's a hyperdrive.
I'm thinking the one that was it Darth Vader or
TIE Advanced.
I've seen a what the hell you call it? The bolt-on hyperdrive thing for a TIE fighter somewhere.
Though I don't imagine you
Can't
can
think
get
of the word.
civilian TIE fighters.
No,
Well, you can make your own. It's just a big
those are
bubble.
called uglies. Actually, I don't know if those are still in canon, but I know in old EU, they would like people who would like strap together pieces of various crafts. So you might like have a Y-wing body, but you have tie things on what is it, the wings instead of the regular wings.
Well, if you wanted a fighter, we've got a fighter now, so just use it.
Why do you want a fighter?
Well, he just wants to have his own personal um, spaceship.
You probably want a yacht.
Interstellar spaceship.
Bosco's all fancy and stuff. He'd probably have a yacht.
A yacht with like missiles and lasers and force fields and a smuggler compartment.
I think you can get armed yachts.
Yep. I hate that so much of my Star Wars knowledge comes from the EU.
Why do you need a compartment to put a smuggler in?
Well, there is, 40 years of Star Wars literature?
And it was better than the crap that Disney puts out.
I don't know, I'm really liking Ahsoka, though.
I don't think I can be your friend.
How? No, I'm not even going to ask. Ahsoka is awesome.
So bad.
Oh, well. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Yes, but we have long since established that your tastes are questionable with entertainment.
I just like Star Wars.
Yeah, so do I.
And
What
you
we're
don't think
getting
about it too
isn't
much.
Star Wars.
I enjoy it for what it is.
Hot garbage.
I'm sad that Balin and he's not going to be in any further.
He's hands down the best character in there, and he's barely a character. It's because Ray Stevenson has that presence. He's intimidating. He's got gravitas.
Curious as to what his motivation is, because it's not exactly in line with what's happening. But anyway,
I didn't
that's different.
fail with my unskilled laborer test.
So I guess you have a job in the scrapyard or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. So now I got to remember, how does it's been so long since I've done that. Wealth level is struggling.
Okay,
So
so you
halved.
take the average. So the thing is, wealth doesn't actually change what you get paid, but if you assume that you have a struggling level job, that job is going to take half of the average, which is what I'm doing.
And so half of that, so I have the 5,600.
Yeah.
Yay, 2,800. I can math, honest.
And then you drop 600 of that for your cost of living, unless you have low status.
No, I just have struggling. Wealth struggling.
You do have high status. Your cost of living is also increased.
What status was Bosco? I think he's the only one that's going to have it.
No, he's got status 0. He's trying to work his way up.
Right. He's slumming it.
Well, he's
but
not.
wealth comfortable.
Yeah, he's not taking advantage of his family's wealth per se. Like
Yeah,
he's trying to make it on his own.
the wealth level doesn't actually do anything after you start play, so he's living average life. He has average costs.
It affects my income every month, so I get a little bit of extra money every month.
No, it shouldn't have anything to do with it.
If you look at page 517, it does say that your wealth level affects your monthly pay.
No, it affects the kind of job you get. So you could get a comfortable level job. That would affect how much you get paid.
All right, so everyone sorted out their
That'd be the case.
their monies.
Such as they are.
So you will arrive back in Minerva City. I'm going to get a universe reaction roll from someone that doesn't have luck. Let's go with Bosco.
Luck doesn't have luck. Oh wait, no, he does. Doesn't
Yes, he
I
does,
think-
but it's
I
only
think-
defensive and combat.
I think Tina doesn't have luck. Oh no, we all have luck, don't we?
Oh, Bosco does have luck. No, I changed my mind. Bosco's not making this roll.
Yeah, Tina's got defensive luck.
Okay, Tina can make the roll, and I can trust Mel's dice to work in my favor. Universe reaction roll to see if you have any trouble getting back to the city. All right, on a neutral, you will hit a checkpoint where you are stopped by some Imperial troopers. They question you, but let you pass, not paying too much attention to you.
We're all legitimate citizens. And upstanding.
All right, so your plan. Tina,
Plan to what?
is there anything in particular that you want to achieve?
So I think over the coming whatever time period it takes, she is going to pursue getting that lightsaber fixed, or at least in the process of getting it fixed.
Is she
But
going to
kinda
try
on-
anything herself?
Um,
Is she curious enough to have a go at fixing it?
she is curious, but let me see.
I bet you
what
make
the
a
dice
curious
do.
roll.
Oh yeah,
Ruh-roh.
yeah.
I will remind you that the droid Bull seems to have some experience of lightsabers.
That's suspicious. I think he's a traitor. Like all droids.
Yeah, but she failed her curious roll by 2, so she'll at least make a passing attempt at it. I think what she'll do is she'll try to tinker with it, but if it looks like she's about to break something, she'll probably kind of stop.
You usually don't know that till it's too late.
I know, but still.
All right, give me. Let me have a look at your skills.
Let's see. She's got a few repair skills for things. She does have armory from melee weapons. Don't know if this counts because seems to be a different beast.
Well,
It is technically
it
a
does
melee weapon.
kind of count. How about give me an electronics operation force shields. That's kind of in the general ballpark
Okay,
of
success by
electronics.
3.
I suppose.
Then give me a roll on your armory melee weapons. You can add +1 from the complementary roll.
Okay, so
Cock
add
die.
1 to that. So success by 4.
All right. You sit there and you tinker and play. You're being cautious, so I'll give you extra time bonuses. But you're fairly certain that the reason this ISO-D's lightsaber is not stabilizing its blade is because of the broken crystal.
Okay. So she'll, at that point, she'll pull out the crystal that she has, that she took, and see if she can kind of compare it to the broken pieces and see if it is a fit or if it looks like the crystal's going to need to be altered or worked on first.
The crystal that you
Yeah,
have.
she nicked from the mine.
You should be able to get it to fit with a little bit of tinkering.
Huh. So that's how you're doing it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she'll continue to tinker with it to see if she can jimmy something up.
All right, give me another roll on your armory.
Ooh, trying to fail. Success by 0.
All right, so since you are not time sensitive, you can get the full +5. So after many, many hours of tinkering, adjusting screws, fixing little, mounting brackets and stuff like that, you will eventually get that crystal that you managed to pick up. And you also shave the crystal a little bit itself. You will get it to fit. I'm going to say you will lose, say, 2 fatigue from loss of sleep.
Yeah, that tracks. Let me note that.
So you will only recover those fatigue after you get some sleep, proper sleep. But you put it all together again, and you can attempt to turn it on.
Here goes nothing.
Roll universe
Boom
reaction roll
goes
for
that
me.
arm.
Oh yeah. Now here we go. It's gonna explode.
How much is grenade damage?
Was it 80 times 2?
Yay! Poor reaction. She
All
does
right.
have defensive luck. May have to use it.
All right, so you will light it. It will actually form a blade, but it is not entirely focused. It's kind of like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. You know how it's it's not a solid blade, it's wibbly wobbly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you have a wibbly wobbly pink blade.
Okay. So it'll be like pan to like the outside of the whatever building she's in that she's been working in. You just hear, woo! And that's it.
Everyone that's there is like woken up late at night or early in the morning if you hang out at the HQ.
Luck just rolls over and goes back to sleep.
And then she turns around and cuts something in half she didn't mean to.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's totally going to happen.
That was the droid.
We will say, in terms of its effectiveness as a lightsaber, let's halve the damage until you can properly tune it, which you do not have the appropriate skills for, but more rolls over time.
So High Tech has Force Sword, which is lightsaber, as 8D 5 or Armor Divisor 5 burn. They also have a Force Blade, which is smaller. Yeah, that's like a knife size, which is 6D with Armor Divisor 5.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just go with the half damage.
Okay.
So it's a
4D Armor Divisor 5.
Yep.
Okay.
But it is the wibbly wobbly, and it makes that Kylo Ren's saber sort of crackling sound. I guess it would also make sense to have a malfunction roll on it.
Awesome.
So every time you turn on the blade,
Force Sword may be activated as it is being readied on a successful fast draw roll. Otherwise, it takes a ready maneuver to activate it. In either case, it takes 1 second for the blade to form and stabilize.
yeah. So we'll do a malfunction roll of 14. So when you activate the blade, roll 3d6. If you roll over 14, you will have a malfunction, and then we will determine the nature of that malfunction based off the weapons table roll.
Got it.
On an 18, it explodes.
Yes, it'll do some bad stuff will happen.
What weapon table are you talking about?
The guns malfunction table.
Okay. That's interesting.
Where is it?
Yeah, I'm looking at, but slight problem is 9 to 11 is stoppage. Because it's like a mechanical electrical problem, 3 or 4, 5 to 8 is misfire, 9 to 11 is stoppage, 12 to 14 is misfire, and then we're back to 15 to 18 mechanical or electrical problem. So
We'll just say
clearly,
it doesn't ignite.
the GM needs to make his own table.
It just simply doesn't ignite. But on a critical fail, then bad stuff can happen.
Right. Well, we need to find the detention facility and plan an assault on it, because nothing's cooler than assault in a prison, right?
Well, you can find the detention facility. That's not a problem at all. Well, you have certain assumptions that you have to make as to where the prisoners are being kept, but you imagine it is the Imperial base here in Minerva.
Okay, that could be a little bit harder than.
Where are we?
Is this a different map or a different picture of the city?
Nope. That's the Imperial base in Minerva.
Nice and lots of red.
We call it the red light district.
Because if you go there, you're getting screwed. Right. Okay. So.
You can, I guess, do some gathering information rolls. Let me bring up my action, I think.
Yeah. Can Bosco use his contacts for those roles?
I was going to recommend that. So, good call.
Yeah, I figure if we reset, we've had about a month of time, blah, 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 or, at least several days, he'll have a chance to work his network.
Okay. It is in action, the gathering information rolls.
Action 2, I think.
All right, word on the street.
Yeah, and there's also the one in social engineering. And then I think the Monster Hunters also has a version of it.
True.
I suppose it depends on how detailed we want to make it, or just make the roles.
Well, I do want to summarize it to mostly roles. You can roll for your contacts.
Okay, I'll roll to see if they're available, right?
Correct.
Okay, so he's going to check. He'll check all his contacts. Let's see. Might as well. Novasec. He's busy.
Yeah, that's a no.
Kaylin Bree. Oh, come on. Really?
They're like, stop calling me, man.
Yeah, I should improve this. Novasec was my best bet. I had upgraded that one. Damn. And then
Well, I think it's a
maybe
per
this.
day thing as well. So it's not a per session, it's a per day.
Or I think, yeah. I mean, we could do per day.
I think
Per
that's
session, per week.
contacts are per day. So they're the only contacts you're trying?
You got busy
They're all
signals
busy.
from everybody. That or they're dead because you're when you were trying to talk smack or BS to the investigator lady, it didn't work, and she told ISB, and they whacked all your contacts.
That's right. Yeah, they're probably yeah. Damn.
Yeah, you're too hot to handle at the moment.
Let somebody else go for a second. I just want to look up
I
to
don't
see
know.
if I
Does
want to.
anybody else have any contacts? Let me look. We got a contact list. That's Nim as the family.
Yeah, I don't see how they're going to actually be able to help here.
But you can also use some of the social skills like carousing or streetwise, etc.
Well, yeah, that's another matter.
Does anyone have a page number reference to the gathering information?
For what?
Action or social engineering. I'm just looking and I'm not seeing.
Well, you probably want the action
Word
version
on the street,
simpler.
page 15.
You having one of those days?
I think it's one of those days, yeah.
You know how I found that, Brian?
In the index or in the
In
table
the
of contents?
in the table of contents. Yeah.
What page did you say? Sorry.
15, action 2.
All right, so current affairs, streetwise, carousing
See, but
can be.
GM can always go, "Hey, it's really early over here, so shut your hole."
Yeah, there's a random meteorite hits you right in the head. You could use streetwise if you attempt to see what knowledge there is available.
Well, so the military took them, if I'm not mistaken.
The military did take them, yes.
So I would think that Streetwise wouldn't have any real knowledge of it.
Well, there are those in the community that kind of make it their job to keep abreast of information, things that are going on.
Yeah.
You could always owe Hobbs a favor, maybe.
Yeah, let's not go there.
You should totally do that. Sadly, I do not have any of those social skills. I'm good
Okay.
at one thing, and that's shooting people.
Well, if we're going to look into Streetwise, then that's probably going to be me doing it. So why don't I just do that? And roll complete shit.
Wow, there's the roll. Nosh,
So
is that
rather
you?
than get shot, I will.
Use luck.
Ah, you're gonna go check it out. Why is everybody always using me? I think you should stick with the 17.
I'm going to go with the 8.
With the 17, that's a higher number.
All right, well, you use luck like a $2 whore.
Hey, now.
And
Credit for.
and ask around. You will what is it that you're going to be sort of asking for? What information? How are you presenting this?
We need to know. So the survivors from Paulus were brought into town into the military base, and we need to know where they took them in the base, and even better, where they are being held, specifically if that's knowable. I mean, I guess there are guys on the base that'd probably talk.
I'm not sure about the life of a stormtrooper, but I assume they have downtime.
Well,
I
not
assume.
everybody on the base is a stormtrooper either.
Yeah,
This is true.
One of the problems is they with the modern stuff is they forget that the stormtroopers are supposed to be the elite ones. You have Imperial Army, Imperial Navy, and stuff like that, and they're not supposed to be the scary elite ones.
Okay. Well, you will ask around. So you're asking about where the prisoners from Palace were potentially taken.
Mm-hmm.
You will learn that there is someone that can help you out. They are willing.
His name is Hobbs.
They are willing to disclose this information at a secret meeting.
Mm-hmm. Trap.
Not necessarily, but possibly.
Right. Well, I assume that's our best lead.
It is at the moment, unless anyone else has means to get information. So I'm assuming your thief roll was for Streetwise, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
The only other thing that Roscoe can think of in terms of social engineering for information is going to like the quote unquote officers club, maybe chatting up
Mm.
one of the soldiers there, couple drinks. He has a fast talk or gaming or gambling, like those kinds of skills.
Bosco wants to dress up in his best lace. Put on some pumps.
Go to the O club, the officers club. That's the only. I'm looking through my skills. That's the only other one besides what I've already tried. Savor Fair, High Society is the other one I got.
Well, that would definitely be carousing based if you want to do that.
I will pass because he's not really much in the carousing because I don't have the skill, but he's a gambler.
Yeah, you got to get all the social engineering skills. Got to catch them all.
You know
So
what?
where-
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it and do a default roll because he's gonna put a point into it next time.
Ooh, there you go.
Cut to next scene where we're having to pull him out of prison or extract him from detention facility.
Well, you found out where the prisoners are.
We got a man inside.
All right, so I'm not sure what the default is, but maybe we
I
could just say
think
he's
carousing defaults to health,
That does seem familiar.
except
It is
in this
very
case.
Well, nope. There it is.
and then he'll get
Yeah,
a
health -4.
Health -4. Holy crap. All right. And then I don't have it on my bar, so I'm just gonna roll just the 3D. And then he gets the +2.
So what happens is you get way too drunk and you start telling everyone that
Oh man, I hope I don't critically fail. But I do have luck for that, just in case.
Hello.
Here he goes again.
So I'm at effectively a -2, and then whatever difficulty the GM wants to hit me with here.
All of the difficulties.
So I'll roll, and then you just tell me. Is that okay, or you want me to put some numbers on there?
Gotta help you.
I suppose you could also use bribes in the form of, buying rounds and stuff.
Okay, let's do that. I'll spend enough money to make my roll a net 0.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
How much do you need? Is it 2?
I'm trying to figure out how to erase this again. There we go.
So.
And he will use his luck.
Base bribery is 100.
And
10,000
so
gives you a +4.
Well, you can use bribery or you can use
10,000.
the standard carousing, but the standard carousing doesn't actually give an amount.
So I broke even on my luck. I'm sorry, on my carousing roll.
All right. And you spent 10 grand.
Is that what you said for the +2?
So +4 is 10 grand.
No, he's not. That's too much money. He doesn't want to draw that kind of attention to himself. He would have spent enough for a +2.
All right, +2. That is
So
500.
failed by 2.
No, because I have what do I have? Voice or charisma 2, and then the +2, so that's a +4 -4 for the default roll. So
Does charisma add to carousing?
it adds to social skills and influence rolls, is what I was assuming. It would make sense to.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it's up to you.
We will assume it does.
If not, then I failed by 2.
All right, so
And it found the
500
detention facility for us.
And he's just having some drinks with any kind of low-level ranking officer, anybody that seems sort of friendly at the bar, invites them to a couple of drinks, just kind of casual conversation.
Unfortunately, a success by 0 won't give you any specific information regarding the prisoners of Palace, because apparently that is under wraps. Talking about that information would probably get people fired or executed, that sort of stuff. But you do learn that if anyone is taken to a detention facility, it is either going to be at Novosec. They operate a prison, and or if they are Imperial prisoners, they will be at the base.
Yep, they're going to be at the base. So we're going to have to, Mission Impossible this bitch.
Yeah, I don't like where this is going.
But you do have a meeting with someone that apparently has the information that you need. or they're willing to meet with you in a secret location.
Mm-hmm.
So let us know how that goes there, Nim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody's gonna have to back me up on that one.
I could set up as a sniper.
Yeah, I'd totally, I'd back you up.
All right, well, we're gonna have to deal with that. So, what is this secret location?
Oh no, it's your junkyard.
The secret location is just a quiet part of the city, like a back alley for back alley deals.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally going to be the dude you didn't want to owe the favor to. He's like, you never returned my calls, so I had to do this to get your attention.
Giving the GM ideas.
And who is the meeting with?
Secret person.
It is a
Or
secret
what
person.
information have I been given about who it's with?
You've been told that this person will meet you at this place at a particular time. At night, of course, because all these things happen at night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so happens to be raining.
Of course.
Which, for flavour, you will note that it is in fact raining, and the environmental shields have gone up. And every now and then you'll see the flash of light as the shield sort of shimmers, protecting the city from the rains.
Right. Evil rain. All right. Well, depending on how much time we have before I have to be there, we'll recon what we can.
Well, it's late at night. Your recon tells you that it's a, dirty back alley. No one goes there. It is in the lower levels of the city. So you're not going to be seen or anything like that.
Well, I'm less worried about being seen and more worried about people backing me up being able to see.
There's certainly several places that you could have people hiding out to back you up.
I can totally see you. You're fine.
When you were told about this meeting, you were not instructed to come alone or anything like that. So the assumption is you can have some backup.
Put my crappy droid airborne.
There you go.
One of these days, somebody's going to shoot that thing.
Is there any place where I could provide Overwatch?
Urban survival. If you roll urban survival, you can choose the appropriate number of options: comfort, concealment, or lines of sight.
Well, since they didn't say come alone, then there's probably no reason you can't actually go with as well.
So luck, success by 1 lets you choose 2 of those options: comfort, concealment, lines of sight.
Maybe one of us can go with you, and then one can be like hidden.
Yeah, I figure luck could probably be better to stand off.
Okay. In case it matters, tactics to,
That's
just
awesome.
like study the layout of the general area, figure out best. Okay, if somebody attacks, that they're likely going to be coming from this direction. Blah blah blah. That's a success by 7.
Suppose we could have Tina monitoring radio chatter or something to get her involved at least.
She's so she's at -2 fatigue points. If you radio her, you'll probably hear snoring.
No way.
So she keep the comm link in her sleep, but she's still asleep.
Now I'm just thinking if she's sitting there monitoring stuff, she may doze off.
Oh, right. Well, that's a whole nother matter.
Actually, you can roll. I think it's health -2 to stay awake.
She voluntarily failed.
Dang.
Holy
Good
crap.
Okay.
That was-
Nope.
She's
Rolled a 3.
injecting pure caffeine.
Well, she was like, drinking all that jolt.
Yeah.
She's managed to turn on the lightsaber. She's happy. When you get back to your base, everything's been cut in half. If there's something that was there, it's in pieces.
Yes. So never mind. She's on it.
She's
You'll
wired.
turn up and she'll just
So-
give you those like puppy dog eyes, like the dog that's like ripped the couch apart.
Well, I think it's like if she's like on the comms, then we keep hearing snap, hiss, and then it deactivates. Then snap, hiss, and it deactivates because she's like turning it on, turning it off, turning it on, turning it off.
It's like the
Going,
people who sit there with a clicky pen and they're just
Yep.
sitting there on like a conference
Exactly.
call, click, 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 click. Yeah, that's her.
The
right.
perception -5, is that for urban survival?
So the first roll, perception -5, is yes, urban survival. Default
All right.
roll. And
You
then-
can pick 2 of the 3 options: lines of sight, comfort, or concealment.
But I was gonna ask, do you want me to go with you, Nim, if Luck is providing overwatch? Do you want me to be there physically with you?
Yeah, I don't have a problem if you come with. You can help out with the schmoozing potentially.
And
If
Luck
you're there.
will have picked, since he had 2, Luck will have picked concealment and lines of sight.
Just drop that in chat, your 2 options. Just type it in.
Roger, Roger.
On the other hand, Busco's famous.
I can wear my balaclava.
That won't look conspicuous at all.
Whoops. Yeah, but you're meeting someone in a back alley late at night. That's not going to look conspicuous at all.
And I'm assuming you've got the droid doing.
Airborne, yeah.
Yep. All right. Well,
Had to repaint it recently. It's now black because it was pink for some reason.
so Bosco and Nim are going to be waiting in the alley. Luck, you're going to be in your position. Tina, you're going to be snoring.
No, she's awake.
No, she's
good.
wired.
Yep. Double shot of a espresso.
So where is she going to be during this meeting?
Would she be back at headquarters, like monitoring communications and stuff, or is she going to be out there with
Possibly,
y'all?
yeah.
It's up to you. What do you think she would prefer to be doing?
She'll probably be if you guys want her monitoring stuff like communications and stuff, she's going to be wherever she would have enough tech at her hands in case things go sideways. So I guess at the headquarters.
Cool. So you can cut some dudes down when they storm the HQ with the new lightsaber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Most likely she'll cut herself. Her skill is pretty bad.
Don't worry, she's cut the place down already.
Oh yeah, force sword. That is a skill.
Okay. The clock wipe happens and you find yourselves in your position. How early is Nim going to be? And how early is Luck going to set up?
Well, Luck has a crappy job, so he'll show up. I don't know, 2.5 hours early.
All right, give me a stealth roll, and also give me a camouflage roll.
Stealth
You-
by
Wow.
8.
No one will see you getting into position. Your camouflage, you took concealment, so you get a +1 to your camouflage.
And this is actually the first time I've rolled camouflage in this game. Success by 3.
You had the chameleon surface, didn't you?
I don't think so. I've got the smart cloth on the poncho that he wears.
All right,
where
so
he
you
can,
have
change that.
you will have succeeded by 4 plus whatever bonuses being at night and stuff gives you. You also have lines of sight. What sort of range do you want to have? Since you've got lines of sight, you can dictate what range you want.
I'd probably go 21, 30 yards, something like that. So -7.
GM's
Okay.
really making that sound like it's important.
Describe your location.
Elevated on top of a building. There's like a bunch of junk on top of this particular building. Sort of not quite. Obviously, I think if it was like in New York or something like that, there'd be what is it? One of those HVAC units that probably hasn't worked in 30 years.
Right.
A sort of run. Since you said this is a rundown location.
Yeah,
of
lower
the area.
levels.
Yeah, so there's probably also a couple other little half-assed constructions up here, like what do they have, the stairs that came up here, the door for that has sort of half collapsed. So it's like nobody really looks up there because it's garbage. This building should be condemned. It probably is condemned.
All right, so it looks like the rooftop of the building at the end of Blade Runner.
Man, it's been forever since I've even seen that. Possibly.
As you sit there, you will hear the buzz of the weather shields bzz, as they, as the rain sort of hits the shield and then sort of slides off.
Like
So
I
I'll hear
said,
the
he's
crackle and
super
buzz.
sad. He's super sad that he can't see good rain here because he has fond memories of rain. Grew up on Camino, damn it.
What's this thing?
That's in too good a shape.
Eh.
All right. Well, you're in your dark position and you're just watching. You're there 2 hours ahead of time. Nim, Bosco, how early or late do you want to be?
Not getting there very early. I would think that would be sort of a faux pas to be sitting there waiting all night. So we'll be roughly on time.
Okay. The amount of foot traffic past here is not much. The odd person will go past, every 5 or 10 minutes, and they basically keep to themselves. Jackets, collars turned up, looking down, just plodding along, not paying attention to anything. It is quite dark here. You will have flickering lights where lights are actually still working. It is dark and, well, it's grim dark and gloomy.
Full of terror.
You will be roughly on time. You will definitely be there first, and then a speeder will pull up at the end of the alley. The driver's side door of the speeder is a closed speeder, by the way, with tinted windows because atmosphere.
Because of course.
You will see this gentleman step out. Where is he?
He's invisible.
Do we
He will-
recognize him?
Yes, you will. Perception roll, actually. If you fail your perception roll, then you see a silhouette that looks familiar, but you can't confirm.
Um,
So perception rolls from everyone that's there. That'll include luck.
Oh.
So Bosco and Luck, you will recognise the guy. Actually, has Luck seen this guy? No, I don't think so. So, Luck, you'll see this guy. And Nim, you will see the guy and recognise. So Bosco and Nim, you recognise the guy. He goes to the back and he'll open the back door of the speeder. And unsurprisingly, this person steps out.
I was going to say that's the bodyguard. That was the bodyguard.
That is the
I
bodyguard.
knew who that was.
And you will also recognize Nara. She's the investigator that you spoke to.
Did she set us up,
Maybe.
or is she truly an informant?
Maybe. What did
How do
you
you know until you question her?
The two will walk into the alley to meet you guys. Kazan will sort of be walking ahead of her. He will look you guys over to make sure you're not, armed to the teeth or particularly dangerous. Is anyone reacting in a hostile manner?
Well, there's a bigger question here is, are we staying?
Well, are you staying?
So, what was she here for? She was here investigating Paulus.
Yes. Administrator Gratal has contracted her to identify those responsible for the event or the events that took place at Palace.
So, for the record, there is no reason for us to continue this, because if we talk to her, she's going to know we were involved. Therefore, it won't mean anything to rescue those prisoners.
Are you in communication with Luck?
Presumably, we've got comms, right?
Yeah.
Are
Well,
you informing Luck?
Yes.
so Luck does not have the automatic. Yeah, he doesn't got the instinct of gut feel for people. So because his oh man, yeah, because it is theoretically possible that they have learned some crap and they're trying to I don't want to say defect. Did we actually study up on who these people were? I
thought
vaguely
we had,
recall
yeah.
we did.
We did.
We had a dossier, I thought.
We made some rolls, and you mean you're talking about Nara
Yeah.
and her?
Mm-hmm.
We did, but we weren't really, we didn't get great rolls. We just had some basic information. Like, I was trying to determine if she was like in it, like for altruistic reasons, what she does, or is it she, like who her loyalties are. I couldn't figure that out, so I don't really know anything about her.
You know she has a reputation for being an investigator, and quite a good one, at least in this sector.
Yeah, we knew like she was good. We just didn't know whose side she's on.
All right, well.
I don't know. I think my first reaction is like, shit, fuck, like I need to hide. But then I'm like, damn it, they probably saw you too because you were outside, So
Well, he talked to Kuzan.
As soon as
that's what I'm saying.
As soon as he steps out of the vehicle, Nim's gonna turn to Bosco and say, "Looks like we're blown, buddy. You want to bolt, or you want to make something of it?"
I think Bosco's instinct that she probably already knows. So we can either bolt and play the game, or just confront them and play the game. Play the I know that I know what you know game.
Yeah, I'm looking over my stuff to see how I would probably, because this is starting to get into the spy crap, and Luck isn't trained for that. He's more an insurgent. Blow the stuff up and then and pull back. Let's see.
Well, so whether we talk
Bosco
to
believes it's
whether we
with
talk
the
to him
enemy.
or not, she knows who we are and she knows we're involved.
Tina,
We know that
can
now.
you make a electronics op communications roll, please?
Yep.
Dun dun dun. Am I about to have to shoot dude in the eye?
So success by 3.
You are monitoring communications, and the airwaves are quiet, except for your, usual expected chatter.
If she's hearing, this discussion going on, can she get like an intuition as to do they need to run or no, they should talk this out with them?
Sure.
That's just IQ roll.
So IQ in the box, please.
What's in the box?
I find it funny that it's still referred to as the box, but it hasn't been a box for a very long time.
It's a triangle.
You should make it a box now.
Well, I think in the regular product it's a tower. which I think has always been the case, to be fair. But it's called box in the code.
But I think your first version of the skin had it as a box with a question mark on it or something. That's what I seem to remember anyway.
That was a long time ago.
All right. So you are -1 for every bad option and +1 for every good option.
Yep.
What options do you foresee at this point? Talk or
Talk
run?
or run are the two options.
All right. So I guess your gut is telling you that running is not necessarily the best option.
All right. So she'll get on comms as they're talking and say, look, the communications are quiet. If they're setting something up, they're not communicating with anyone else about it. I don't think running is going to work at this point.
Yeah, I think Daniel's also probably correct. Regardless, she's pretty clear, or they're pretty clear that at least Nim and Bosco are involved. So I think Luck is probably going to say play it out, or just how would you call it, where it's like he's going to rely on the people on the ground facing the ugly. If you guys end up saying nope, we're bailed, he will engage. But if you decide no, we're gonna try to see what's going on, and then if you go yes, groovy, I will engage. Blue, black, call it.
What do you say, boss?
The safe word is banana.
I think our cover is blown.
Legion Klubenklappen.
And giving a look at her, I don't mind sleeping with the enemy.
If you say so. I think she looks creepy. Of course, all you pinheads look creepy with your little pinheads and your little beady pinhead eyes and that big pointy thing in the middle of your face. What do you call that?
A nose.
Yeah, that nose. How do you even see around that thing?
All right, so you're sticking around.
Yeah,
Apparently we are.
is Kazan? Are they visibly armed? Is he carrying any weapons?
You can see that he has a sidearm, but it is holstered and it's sort of under his jacket.
Okay. I will have my carbine out, but it's on my sling. It's readily available, but not actively holding it.
And Nim?
No. Stand loose. Ready to go one way or the other.
All right, so Kazan will then sort of look you over, make sure you're not an immediate threat, and then sort of step aside, and Nara will step into the single sort of beam of light that finds its way into this alley and sort of shines on her face as she steps into it, and she says, "Mr. Bugzinski, why am I not surprised to see you here?"
That makes one of you, right?
He just gives his most charming laugh and hey, I'm thinking the exact same thing. But then again, maybe I'm not surprised. So what brings you to these dark alleys this late at night?
Well, apparently some people have been asking around about some prisoners from Palace, talking about information that they should not know.
Really? That's weird.
My name is Nara Towney, as Mr. Bosco would know. This here is my associate, Kazan. Who might you be? And she's directing that to Nim.
You should say you're Mr. Blue.
I'm Mr. Blue.
Well, Mr. Blue, you are a face I am not familiar with. She will sort of look around and she says, I assume that clone trooper friend of yours is nearby.
Nearish.
And the pink one.
Not so nearish.
And what of the Wookiee?
He's on the toilet.
He's having a gastrointestinal issue.
He had some family business to take care of.
Well, don't be alarmed. I am just here to talk.
Why, what did you hear?
Well, I have learnt a little about your endeavours. The Empire is paying me quite well to identify you people. Apparently you have caused something of an issue for them and disrupted their plans.
So you're just in it for the money.
It is my job, Mr. Bugzinski. Bukzinski.
Butch. Butchinsky.
Butchinsky.
And if you were to find out that the Empire was doing some underhanded things, would that affect how you do your job?
So the Empire is always behind many underhanded things. There are many that have no love for the Empire and what they do.
Ain't that the truth?
She says, I was too young to remember much of the old Republic, but I have grown up to myself have no love for the Empire. But that is not what I'm here for. I'm here to do a job, and I intend to keep doing that job. However, I think we can work together on something.
Time to blame the Crimson Corsairs. Well, that's your cue to say what.
Well, I'd say that you have us at a disadvantage, as you know more about what we're doing than we know about you. So
I
what?
don't know if Luck entirely agrees that they have you at a disadvantage.
That's true. We have no idea what we are doing.
I mean, her bodyguard is potentially about to take a round to the eye.
Well, I'm trying to just kind of like talk my way through it here.
At this
Make it
point,
feel-
Way out of it, yeah.
At this point, Luck, because you're down the alley, I'd assume that they have their backs to you.
And actually, I was not referring to like physical danger, more in the sense of she's investigating this. She already knew about us, and we don't really know anything else
Well,
other than what we know.
I will be honest. My investigations have not turned up a great deal of information. I did suspect that you, Mr. Buczynski,
Please.
were somehow
Call me
involved.
Bosco.
Bosco.
And she's, oh, thank God. Thank the Force.
As for Mr. Blue and the identity of the other two, I'm still working on that. Were it not for you asking around for information on prisoners that were taken from Palace, I think I would have turned up a dead end. So, thank you for that.
Well, anything we can do to help your investigation. Sarcasm.
Unfortunately, I do have a reputation to uphold. But I am willing to work with you. I need something.
In exchange for giving you what you need, you won't turn us in? Is that the...
Secret lovers.
Well, I don't know about not turning you in. I do need to give the Empire something.
Crimson Corsairs.
We can recommend some lovely patsies.
It will have to pass scrutiny, though. The Empire, while many have differing opinions, they are far from stupid.
Depends on who's writing them.
I have an issue. Have you heard of the Crimson Corsairs?
I'm sorry.
This sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, we may have stolen one of their ships.
Is Bosco talking? Is Luck talking through the comms?
No. That's just me being a smartass. I should probably stop because Luck is like got that quirk where he is hyper professional. So, was it the quirk level, no sense of humor? But that's really hard for me to do.
She says, a person quite dear to me has got themselves involved with the Crimson Corsairs, and I need help to get them out. I would assume that you people could possibly help me with that. In exchange, I'm willing to keep what you have going here secret, and perhaps misdirect the Empire a little, but I do need to give them something.
Does Bosco and or Nim have like detect lies and or body language? Because now would definitely be a good time for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Bosco's thing.
If you do,
I do.
you can roll in the box.
FX, so just so you...
Or in the triangle.
Just to remind you, if you make the body language roll first, that'll get you a +3 on the detect lies, but that's not worth rolling if your detect lies is way better than your body language, so check that.
My body language is the default roll. Is that worth rolling? If I fail, is it going to hurt me?
Yeah,
you might not be
probably.
able to do that. There's one of them I think you have to be trained in.
Yeah,
Okay, so detect
body
lies.
language defaults to psychology minus something.
Perception -6 for me is what it came up
Yeah,
as.
probably not worth it.
Defaults detect lies -4 or psychology -4 is body language.
There's another one you need to
okay.
pick up.
And you can't double default.
Oh, so you don't have either of those?
I do. I have detect lies. Detect lies trained.
Okay.
Well, have at it then. Supposed to roll that in the box anyway.
Triangle. Stop calling her a box. It's a triangle. They all see an eye.
I'm
You
going
can have
for
a
her
triangular
triangle.
box.
Box is one syllable. I'm all about efficiency. Unfortunately, as much as you try, you can't seem to get any sort of read from her. She's
That happened
good.
last
She
time.
has a poker face that you just can't work out.
Do you realize you rolled that openly?
Whoops.
Silly person.
Why did you tell him? It would have been funny if he thought he was like rolling everything secretly, and we're like looking at it, going, "Okay, we know what we need to
I'm pretty
beat."
sure he did that last time.
I'm
Well,
not
we
sure.
don't know what his skill is, do we? Or
You don't.
we just know what he rolled, which is 10's not bad.
So, in any case, you don't get any sort of read off her. That's for body language.
Just means
You
that
can-
sense no guile.
No, you can actually roll detect lies to see anything that she's saying is untruth.
I did. I rolled detect lies in the box, didn't I?
I thought that was for body language.
My body language, I don't have it trained, so I just
Right,
didn't want to
but-
go with
But
it.
It
you can
defaults.
do it at -4.
No. Still not worth it in this case necessarily.
Yes, it is. That means he, if he can't get the body language, now he can
Like,
put a
that
point
I could-
into body language.
Well, but he already did that by default the last time he ran into her.
All right. This time, I didn't roll openly.
Indeed.
You're not able to ascertain whether she's telling the truth or lying. You can't get any. You're not seeing any particular signals. She's doing a really good job at not giving you any tells. And as for Kazan, he's just standing there looking intimidating.
So she offered us to help, or sorry, she's asking for us to help somebody she cares about. I forgot exactly what, in exchange for not giving the Empire information on what she has about us, and even possibly giving them some false information to misdirect.
She is going to give them information. It has to pass scrutiny, so it has to be, believable. But she's willing to keep your secret. I guess you could keep your secret by executing both of them right now, though.
That's true.
But
It has
she
occurred to
she
me.
might know about the prisoners.
Well,
Right,
that is why
well-
we were here in the first
Well,
place.
but the thing is, we wanted to get the prisoners out because they could ID us. Well, that doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, but
Actually,
they could
now that
still
I say
ID us
that.
to ISB.
Yeah, not. So if she's going to keep the secret, then we do have to get them out. So yeah, okay. One thing at a time. First, we need the details on the job.
So you're asking her that?
Yeah.
It's totally going to be somebody we shot already.
Can Bosco use some diplomacy? I don't know, another skill to suggest that she might want to pay us as well?
Good Lord, dude.
Do you have greedy? Is that the
Yeah,
thing?
I'm not sure if that's a good idea simply because, she's already, going, hey, I've got the goods on you.
He does have greed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He has greed, and one of his motivations is to really make money and social status and all that good stuff.
So, but he's an insurgent. That's weird.
Well, if we're
You're
gonna
weird.
hit we're gonna hit the pirates, we can just take all their loot.
All right, so you're asking for some money, and she says, Bosco, I'm not sure you're comprehending what we're talking about here. In exchange for me keeping your identities secret, which I can assure you the Empire is very eager to learn, you have caused something of a disruption to their plan. Mr. or Administrator Gratal is under significant pressure to end your little insurgency here.
Pretend he
Neat.
didn't say
Glad I
that.
noticed.
He was
I
just
just
kidding.
say,
He's a
I
big
think you're
kid.
misunderstanding. It's going to cost money to do this thing. We just need something to pay our expenses and equipment and blah, blah, blah. All that extra stuff. Cover our overhead costs.
She looks to Nim. You should take his advice. And I will ignore that request from you.
Well,
To
I
make it
suppose
clear,
we can
there
always-
won't be any money exchanged here.
Well, I suppose we can just pull it out of our piggy bank.
We'll figure it out.
I'm sure you are resourceful, and if money is what you need, you'll find it.
Now, who is this person and where do we gotta go?
She will say, well, do we have some sort of agreement here?
Yeah, I'm in.
Sure. As long as he's not in some kind of giant imperial space station or something.
I know he's in a prison instead. There's one way out.
She says, very well. And then she will rattle off the details of who it is that she needs rescued from the Crimson Corsairs, and where she has been able to ascertain his location. And she tells you quite confidently that the information is reliable. And
Tina's going to go ahead and start verifying all of that as she can.
And the specific details of that will probably appear in the crawl of episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, is this something that you can help me with?
We can't tell until we see the crawl.
She goes, oh, okay. She fast forwards. She shows you the crawl of next episode, and then goes, there.
Look, it's not finished, so don't judge too harshly.
However, you do know that the person is not there. Is there by choice to some degree.
Right. And did she describe and or show us images of this person, and is that person someone we recognize?
It is not someone that you've executed. That would make episode
kill all
4
of
really, really short.
Or did we kill all of them?
No, I think there was one or two that were still alive when we left, but they could have died because we left them really badly injured. So what she's saying is it's a kidnap job.
Potentially.
Didn't we do that already?
Well, you did a rescue.
No, it was a... Well, no, not really.
You did a breakout.
It was a breakout that had to look like a kidnapping.
But, and she says, in exchange, I will feed some information to the Empire. And keep your identities secret. She will say, however, the Empire does have a prisoner.
I was gonna say, we do kind of have a condition here.
What's that condition?
That prisoner's gotta not give us up either.
I can help you a little bit, but I need to make sure that my involvement is as far from you people as possible.
Hey, what do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Well, at this point, I only know of Bosco and yourself, Mr. Blue. You have some accomplices as well. Which I assure you, I will learn eventually. She gives you a, smirk.
She's really asking me to shoot her in the back of the head, isn't she?
Yeah, she's really cocky, and she doesn't seem to fear for her life.
Maybe
she's
she
either
has
really-
an armor-plated back head.
I was gonna say she's either really overconfident or she has something, on us. Or
Or a personal shield.
She's a Jedi.
Are those always visible? She
I
could be a
think they
Force
are.
user, not a Jedi. All right, so do we need to do anything else here? Let me think.
Well, you can ask her about your prisoner.
Yeah, we need intel on location.
She says, unfortunately, your prisoner is kept under guard at the Imperial base. I have spoken to him, but he has thus far not given up any specific intel. We know that you have a clone trooper, a Wookiee, a lady with pink hair, or lady in pink. You, Mr. Blue, and of course you, Bosco, but your identity at this point has not been given up.
Did she has a name for this guy?
He says the prisoner is a what's his name? Ronan Voss.
Don't.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that ISB agents are en route to take Mr. Voss away for questioning. He is to be delivered to oh, damn it, I'm forgetting his name. Actually, no, I'm not forgetting his name. I'm forgetting his rank. Moff, that's it. Moff Panaka. And he will be further interrogated there.
Yeah.
As he has resisted all attempts thus far to give you people up.
All right, how long have we got?
She says at most 3 days.
I think we're gonna have to get him out of there.
I don't know if I can help you much with information on breaking him out, but perhaps I could offer an alternative. She says if you perhaps can intercept the transport and pose as the ISB agents coming to pick him up, you may make your way into the building and escape with your man, and perhaps without bloodshed.
We applied the cortical electrodes, but we're unable to get a response from either patient.
So definitely going to need information about the vessel.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're gonna have to figure that out.
Well, got a pretty good idea what my image will look like.
So,
Well, you would know if you have navigation space. You're welcome to make a roll.
Nope.
oh
Wow.
my god.
You were saying there, Mel, are you sure you didn't hand those out? Because, Nim has rolled a 17, and now Bosco's rolled a 17.
That's right, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right, so it completely slips Bosco's mind, but Tina, you're sort of listening in, and you would know that all ships coming to the system will have a jump in point. So they can't jump directly, to orbit. They
so we're using pre-Disney rules. Gotcha.
well, you can, but hyperspace lanes calculate jump in points, safe jump in points.
Yes, but in Disney era, they just ignore that and they just show up wherever.
Well,
Bad
that
Disney,
that
bad.
that happens at plot. Whatever works for the plot.
No, so Tina will mumble
So there
that
is
over
there is
the-
a means to intercept an incoming shuttle.
Right, but that's going to be completely wide open. There's no way you can do that and not be seen doing it.
Well, you would also know that you can scramble communications. You
Well,
do
it
have
is
ships.
also
You
Star
can board.
Wars. It is also Star Wars. They, their sensors are, kind of crappy.
And you also have a somewhat working arc fighter. You can fire
True.
some.
And the other ship has a turret.
What is it? It's not photon. The ion torpedoes. So you can disable the shuttle, board it. So you don't necessarily need to blow stuff up. I think the Y-wing actually has an ion cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Or the arc fighter may even have an ion
No, it
cannon. I'm
doesn't.
not sure.
Nope. It's just all blowy stuff uppy. 2 medium laser cannons, 2 aft laser cannons, proton torpedo launchers.
Okay.
So
that's what we
there is a
have.
means to intercept a shuttle.
Yeah, and worst comes to worst, we do that. We board it. We have the ship bug, our ship, bug out, and then or whatever, and then it's obviously going to have to be Bosco who's doing the face talking as the ISB person. He can totally say, "Oh wow, we were jumped by some dudes. We barely got away."
I guess another option is you could steal a lambda shuttle from somewhere.
Yeah, but then we're not going to have the clearance codes and such like that.
True that. But then you could fake some old codes.
They might not check out.
That would definitely be a contact. What's his face? The smuggler guy, not the rebel guy. No, the rebel guy.
Oh, that guy. Never mind.
Except he's unavailable today.
Today, yeah.
Otherwise, if you wish to do a more frontal assault, I can give you some direction to where you can find the detention block.
I totally like the idea of us going in as ISB. That's like a time-honored tradition in Star Wars. You have to.
That's true. It kind of.
You have to pretend. Unfortunately, we've got 2 non-humans, and that
they're gonna have to stay on the ship.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
They could be prisoners.
Yeah, but that would tend to suggest they should be left behind. Or you mean prisoners and leave them on the ship as prisoners?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's potentially doable. I wonder how hard it would be to swap out some of the weapons for ion stuff.
Well, you have a few days, and you have some skilled peoples. You've got Tina and Nim, I think, has some skills. And you've also got Daryl.
True.
It's possible Loophole might have some ion weapons there as well.
I'm not sure, but I think proton and ion torpedoes are launched from the same launcher.
No. Ion is a beam. Well, it's like a
That's
plasma.
no, but you do have ion torpedoes.
No,
I've played the X-Wing game.
those aren't ion torpedoes.
Yes, you can see them using ion weapons of some sort in Rogue One.
Actually, now that I say that, it's
They are usually
been a
beam
couple
weapons.
of years. Is it
Because
ion
like
weapons or
on
ion?
the Y-wing, for example, is I was just looking at the Armec SW4 ion cannons.
In fact, the Y-wing can drop ion like torpedo bombs to disable ships.
That's the later version, which is pretty, sort of close, I guess.
Yes, Captain
There
Button.
is
Prisoner transfer from cell block 1138.
damn straight. It has to be from 1138. I am looking.
Nara says, I will help you where I can, but I can't implicate myself at all in this. You understand.
Interesting. Yeah, they generally actually refer to some of that stuff as proton bombs. I'm like, huh.
What's Tina rolling?
Disregard that. That was a misclick.
I'm gonna do that the next time I fail. I'm just gonna say, yeah, that was a misclick. Let me
No, I was messing around with pictures and I double click things, but Fantasy Grounds likes single clicks.
Yeah, it's
Every
single
time
click on your avatar
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah. Every time I double click on it, it would close the window and click something below it. So that's where that came from.
let's see
here. I'm not sure like what the conversation's going at this point, but before Bosco talks to Nara and he's like, hey, on a personal note,
How you doing?
I'm wondering if I can hire you to look into something for me. Obviously, willing to pay.
There is
She says, certainly, as long as it's not a conflict of interest to me.
So he explains to her about his brother that was killed. I forget the exact, like the revolution or the order, like, was it Order 66, like the beginning of that time or whatever? And
Clone Wars.
he's the Clone Wars. He's trying to find out. He feels that he was actually like murdered, not necessarily killed, like in the battle. and he's trying to find out who it was.
She says, that was a long time ago. Finding any information is going to be difficult.
And
if he was,
talking
if he was
3
killed,
or 4 years ago?
No, we're talking like, would we work it out? 19 years ago? 18 years ago? No, 16 years ago.
What? Revenge of the Sith?
Order 66, 16 years ago.
16 years ago.
And if it happened in a battle, that makes it infinitely more difficult to work out who killed him. Could be anyone on the battlefield.
No, it wasn't on the battlefield. He was murdered.
I can certainly try look into it, but I don't mean to be I don't mean to dishearten you, but I doubt I'll be able to find anything. That was so long ago. It's quite possible that the people involved are no longer alive. 16 years is a long time.
Well, I'd be happy, I'd be really grateful. And if you can't, I could give you all the information that I have, like where the unit he was assigned to and the people that he was working with. And, go from there. If you can't find anything out, then at least you tried.
Of course. Give me what you have.
So I will, this is just kind of like background information for Bosco, so I don't actually have anything specific, but it's one of his disadvantages. But I will upload, I'll like transfer from my data pad any files and information that he has that he's gathered over the years about his brother's death. And then transfer that to her.
I will look into it, and I will let you know if it's something that I can help you with. At which point, I will inform you of my fees. But I do not come cheap.
I appreciate that, Nara, and you don't look cheap at all.
She sort of just shakes her head.
So does Nim.
I mean that in a professional way, of course.
You're making it worse.
Of course. And she can see the expression on her face. No need for body language. She doesn't believe a word you just said. It's like, sure, you mean that in totally professional sense.
Bodyguard shook his head too.
Yeah, probably rolled his eyes.
Yeah, it's not the first time he's heard that.
Is there any questions that you have of her? She says,
I don't think so.
How to make contact with her later.
Oh, yeah.
She
Would that
will
even be necessary?
She will say, in order for me to do my job properly and not be associated with you in any way, I think further contact should be limited and only done in the most extreme of situations. But she says, Bosco, you have my contact details.
Girl number.
I think you have.
Well, Bosco's. I may be like socially awkward with what I'm saying, but he's not. He's not a pervert or a creep or anything like that. He's just
He
smooth.
doesn't have to be.
But I'm probably not role playing it well enough.
Do better.
Yeah.
Like
So
you
I think
said.
I think Bosco has her details because you contacted her to make arrangements for an appointment at the business office.
Yeah, I've got her business.
So you've got
number,
her.
I
You got her
suppose.
card. But she says only contact her in the most extreme of situations. She needs to keep all association with you guys at an absolute minimum. She says, perhaps you should give some thought as to what information I will pass on to the administrator. I'm afraid you may have to give up something.
I have
Just
a
tell
strong
him we all died. We all died in the attack.
I have a strong suspicion the Empire is going to find the guilty party's crimson spaceship sitting around in some cave.
Perhaps, but keep in mind, they are aware that you have a clone trooper working with you and a Wookiee. Those two are quite identifiable. Including yourself, Mr. Blue.
Actually, there are a lot of Duros on this planet.
Well, there's enough that you haven't been picked up yet.
Are we like the A-team?
We kind of
We
are.
might be.
It depends. If you shoot at people and they don't die, and they just sort of run behind cover and...
We're not the A-team, because remember me shooting people in the face?
Eh.
Yeah, you have to
Let's
shoot
see.
barrels that make them explode and knock people out. Or vehicles overturn, speeders overturn. I don't think
Bosco's face,
anyone ever
obviously.
died in the A-team. I'm pretty sure they shot a lot of people, or shot lots of guns, but I don't think anyone ever died.
I think Luck is actually BA. And Darryl is actually Murdoch.
Guess Bosco would be Hannibal?
No, he's face, obviously.
Oh, okay. Then who's
Technically,
Hannibal?
I don't know, because I've got the tactics and strategy, and I'm the
Yeah.
old guy.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
But we've already established not the A-team because you kill people.
Right, so we're only a couple years out. Yeah, we're like 3 ABY, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're only like 3 years out from the Battle of Scarif, and in that, Y-wings absolutely did use ion torpedoes. So they're clearly a thing. They used, like, it's like, I think it was like half a squadron of Goldwing disabled that Star Destroyer with when they unleashed it. So that is definitely a thing. It's just getting access to them in our short period of time in retrofitting our launcher with them, that's where we're going to run into some potential issues.
Actually, they had ion torpedoes before that too in the Clone Wars series. I seem to recall they used ion torpedoes to disable a capital ship. It might have been that episode that has that big dreadnought with the massive ion cannon, or something like that. Anyway, they do exist, and
yeah, it's just gaining access to them.
and you might be able to jury rig your arc fighter to fire ion torpedoes. I'm pretty sure they are a
I
thing.
was thinking it has a proton torpedo launcher. That's why I was saying if we could get one, we could swap that. Potentially swap the launcher out for the ion torpedoes. What does that use? That's like artillery or something. I actually don't have that skill.
Artillery guided missiles.
That's like gunner, right?
No, I think it would be gunner in this case. But yeah, I think it's
It
guided
might
missiles or
not
something.
be actually.
I think it's artillery guided missiles. I think that's the skill.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's going to be
'cause-
artillery from a vehicle, though.
No, I think he's right because I seem to remember looking that up for fixed wing stuff. It's really weird.
Maybe.
Basic 178. Let me look it up.
So, do you have any further questions of Nara?
No, I think we got what we're getting from her.
She says, well, then this will probably be the last time we meet until much later.
Weird meeting you again.
And she says, yes, you'll have to come up with something that she can give up. That has to be somewhat legitimate and believable. Maybe you can go on Murder Loophole and say, here's the clone trooper.
Yeah, do that. I'm gonna murder you right back.
All right. Well, if there's no other questions for her, she will depart. Kazan will open the door for her. She steps in. She gives you guys one last look and a bit of a nod, good luck. And then Kazan will get into the speeder and then they will drive off.
That could have been worse.
This is totally not going to count, but I just want to see what would have happened.
Your
That's
gun
perfect.
explodes.
That would be perfect.
So far, everybody here except for me and the GM have gotten a critical failure tonight.
Well, like
Just
I said,
throwing that
this
out.
one didn't technically count, but that is funny. I had a freaking effective skill at 24, and I would have missed with that because of the freaking 18.
Roll again to see if you have a malfunction.
That's just base skill.
Yeah, it's just your weapon skill again.
No, he wouldn't have.
Yeah, lucky.
Well,
So you fire
no,
and
he didn't. Like I said.
well, you would have fired and missed.
So funny. So looking at artillery, guided missile is correct. If I was like doing a over the horizon sort of thing, if I'm in a F-18 or something and I'm firing a heat seeker at something I can't actually see, because that is a seeking or remotely piloted missile. But Star Wars is super weird with their tech level. It's schizo. So I mean, when they're using missiles, like in this particular case, their torpedoes would kind of be direct fire, and it says for direct fire, use gunner skill.
Actually, they're in
Not
spaceships. It might say
really.
which skill you use for firing torpedoes.
That's true.
Missiles are a completely other thing.
The spaceships will tell you what skill it is.
I'll look it up.
I didn't think about spaceships. I was looking at vehicles.
There is no vehicles.
All right, so before long, you guys are left in this dingy, dark alley all by yourselves. Again, the odd person will walk past, head down, just wandering the streets, not paying any attention to you.
Uh-huh. Right. So we need to try to access and get a hold of some ion weapons of some sort, whether it's the cannons or the torpedoes. And then we need to get those swapped into the starfighter as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so we'll have to evaluate what we have first.
And you have up to 3 days. I guess you also have to get some, communications jamming equipment and stuff like that as well.
Yep. We've got 2 vehicles that are capable of engaging. We've got the pirate ship, and then we have the Ark. The Ark is a 2-person one, so we need a pilot and a gunner.
You also
then-
have the LAT, because I think we determined that it's the
No,
transatmospheric version.
I don't recall us determining that.
Let me see on my note.
Actually, I'm not seeing.
Actually, no, we didn't note it down.
I'm actually not seeing what the skill is in spaceships.
For flying?
No, for shooting, for missiles.
It'll be in the space combat section,
Yeah, I was
shooting
looking
stuff or
for that.
something like that. The prisoner you have identified is Ronan Voss. I shared the picture there, so you know who it is.
Ballistic. The base skill base skill with a ramming attack is piloting. Duh. The base skill otherwise is artillery guided missile for missiles or artillery cannon for guns. Wow. It's not gunner cannon? Great.
That sounds weird.
Look at the artillery skill description. It might give further clarification.
Did I not post that? I thought I posted that. Yeah, I posted that. You scrolled up. This is the ability to use a heavy weapon, such trebuchet or howitzer, for indirect fire. That is to put fire onto a target area via high ballistic arc or similar path.
Okay, so artillery guided missile.
Great. I've got a whopping skill of 7 with that. Well, yeah, that'll be interesting. I might be the only person who's or the potential best shot there. I might not be.
Is there any defaults to other gunner?
Well, yeah.
Sorry, other artillery?
I don't know. Does anybody have artillery? I doubt it.
Yeah, I was just checking high tech, and they're using artillery there too.
No, Tina doesn't have anything like that.
It default. Oh, yep. Somebody else will probably potentially be better. I default to IQ -5. Oddly enough,
Well,
that is so weird.
that is an odd choice. Apparently, in 3rd edition, they had gunner guided missile, but I guess I got rid of it in 4th edition for some reason.
I can see the IQ default since you're using targeting systems and stuff. You're locking on.
Well, it's mostly up to the
basically-
missile itself to do the job, so
Basically means I'm going to be useless again. I guess I can park it in the turret of the other one and
You're the boarding
shoot.
party. You still need to
That's
get onto the
true.
shuttle.
Yeah, so we have to find. We have to try to obtain that first. I have no idea. I guess we can. If nothing else, Luck can potentially reach out to Loophole to check if he's aware of any, and if someone has other. And I guess maybe Nim can check the. I doubt it's gonna be there, but check the junkyard for that sort of stuff. I doubt that's going to be available.
Do
That's
any
one
of
the
the
family might be
Clone
available.
Wars walkers or anything like that use ion missiles?
I don't think so, because remember the clones were basically their whole thing is to kill things, not capture it. Although I don't know. I'm gonna check because just thinking that an ion weapon would be really really useful against frickin' droids.
The walkers and stuff might have had launchers that could fire ion weapons. So, if so, then you do know that Loophole has been gathering an arsenal. Remember, you were walking around
Yeah.
his setup and you found battle droids and an arsenal of stuff.
Okay, so the ATHE just has lasers. That is a mass driver in lasers.
There may also be man-portable ion weapons.
There absolutely are, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. We need to totally firefly this thing. Strap a man-portable ion weapon to the outside of the ship.
Just strap Luck. Strap Luck to the outside of the ship. Wear him as a hood ornament with a man-portable launcher.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work very well.
All right, so what is your plan?
We
My
don't
next-
actually have a
yeah.
plan until we know if we have the weapon.
You do also have other options. You can be indebted to Hobbs.
Yeah, that's not really an option.
No, he's right. It is an option. It's just not a good option. Not one we're willing to really entertain.
All right, well, just to get this going, I am going to see if I have anyone in my circle that can help. Where the hell is that? Drum roll. Not today. I could probably luck that, but
Yeah, it's just really, really weird that none of the clone gear is using ion, considering they're going up against frickin' droids.
Well, even the Gungans had those, I guess, ion grenades.
more or less. Nope and nope.
Is this for the consecutive days, following days?
No, that
Okay.
was luck.
Okay.
Okay, self-propelled heavy artillery. It's hold on. That one I think we only saw them really in Attack of the Clones at the initial fight.
Right.
It has an ion cannon and concussion missile launcher, which is less useful than the ion cannon.
Okay. It's a vehicle, so
Yeah, well, but regardless, I think Luck will go ahead and move to check in with Loophole and let him know if there or find out from him if he's got any stuff that is ion based.
Wonder if you should take him as a contact.
Potentially. I'm totally kind of regretting that, since based off of when I created the character, I had based off of the background, he had bounced back and forth between different basically insurgent groups over the years. I'm actually kind of regretting I didn't have like Saw Gerrera as a contact, because I
Yeah.
would totally you know contact him and basically do the whole, hey, yeah, Moff Panaka is being a problem, can you take a look at that? And that sort of sets the ball in motion of when he assassinates Panaka this year.
it's you that was behind it.
Whoops.
Actually, I'm going to have a look at the old West End games, Star Wars. See if it mentions ion torpedoes.
Good times.
I think that was the best version of Star Wars.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Yes and no. Once you started getting bringing Jedi involved, it got super clunky, because it's like, okay, I have 7D in lightsaber, and I have 7D in sense, and I have the lightsaber combat skill. So that means it's active. That means I would have 13D for a single lightsaber attack, because you're always at -1D for having that active, and it's like considered multiple actions. And then if you use a force point, that would be 26d6 on one attack roll. It's like, oh my good lord.
I don't remember it being that bad, but
Buckets of dice.
Buckets of dice, yes.
I do remember lots of dice. Nowhere near as bad as Shadowrun when it comes to dice. Okay. Well, since we are looking up information, how about we take a 5-minute break? Those of you that want to get a drink or whatever, go for a drink. And we'll be back in 5.
I can live with that.
Hopefully a little bit more informed.
Slightly.
All right, going on break. Okay, we are back.
Right. Yay. Okay, so we have determined that proton torpedoes and ion torpedoes can be fired from the same launcher, according to the GM. And the ARC 170 has a proton torpedo launcher that carries 6 torpedoes.
Therefore,
we have to try to find some ion torpedoes.
Okay, so if you want to hit Loophole up to see if he has some in his stash, we will get a universe reaction roll. On a good or better, he will have some working ones. On a neutral, he will have some that potentially need to be fixed or need some servicing. On a poor or worse, he has nothing. Actually,
No,
on a bad, he has one that's going to explode when you fire it.
Yep. When I do that, I'm also going to warn him about the fact that I may have caused something of a problem locally for us brothers. In case there are any others, they are looking for they're looking for a clone trooper.
Well, I guess clone troopers would be something of a rarity at this point.
Yep.
He doesn't get around in clone trooper armor and stuff, so as long as.
But we are unmistakable. We all look exactly the same. Well, mostly the same.
well, but that was a long time ago. I mean, people may not remember what they look like.
I guess the Empire, those in the Empire service will know what they're looking for, but it might cause a problem for him if he's getting around. He might have to disguise himself a bit.
All right, I want to get another bad. Come on, big money, big money, big money. Neutral. He ain't got nothing.
No, on a neutral, he has some stuff. He just doesn't know if it's serviceable.
We'll have to take. What is it to actually work on?
That would be armory
artillery.
Yeah, or armory missiles or something like that.
Can I use connoisseur military equipment?
Connoisseur means you have a knowledge of it. You know what's good, what's bad. You have stats in your head. It doesn't give you the technical knowledge to fix stuff. It's like a connoisseur of wine. Your different wine grapes and what's a good wine, what's a bad wine, that sort of stuff. Connoisseur weapons would definitely be the skill that an arms dealer would have.
Are you turning into an arms dealer?
I've always been an arms dealer. That was my smuggling background.
Dr. Arms Dealer.
That even existed. Yeah. How old are you? How have you been doing all this stuff?
That's how he got into the military part of it. He was smuggling medical and military equipment, and that's how he met Kaylin Bree.
Ah, okay.
and that's how he has his smuggler, captain contact, etc.
Gotcha.
Let me see.
So, long story short, Loophole says he has some ion torpedoes. He's not sure how serviceable they are.
Yep.
So I could tell that if they're the good stuff or the bad stuff. I just can't tell if it works.
Right.
Well, he's telling you that it doesn't, doesn't work. They need some maintenance. They need new power couplings because everything in Star Wars is power couplings. Sorry, power converters.
We'll just use a hydro spanner on it.
Well, that's the only tool you need.
Tina could take a stab at it at a default, maybe off of another armory skill she has, but she would
I'm
need
not
to
sure
do
if
like
they do
extra
default.
time. Yeah, I'm reading it, may not, but
IQ -5 or engineer same -4. If.
yeah, so she'd have to take a lot of time to make up for
No,
that
missile
-5.
weapons isn't right. That is man portable, pre-gunpowder projection weapons of all types or all kinds, bows, crossbows, slings, etc. I think it's going to be heavy weapons.
Heavy weapons.
All weapons used with the artillery and gunner skills.
Oh, right.
There's another skill I should have had.
Don't you love that?
Nope.
Bosco can do a default roll. He might take a point in that.
Well, the problem I see with default rolls on a missile is if we fail it bad enough, that thing's going to explode. And
I'll use my
yes,
luck.
and yes, I do agree that these are ion weapons. However, these are for use against starships, and
Yeah.
in which case,
1
gonna,
million volts
yeah,
at several hundred amps.
All right. Well, Tina doesn't have to do it herself. She can get help, probably from myself at least, and potentially the droid.
Bull, is a service droid
He probably doesn't
who
have a
always
relevant
wasn't
skill for
always
that,
a
but
service droid.
I thought he was a traitor, and we
He
aren't
is
to
a
trust
traitor.
him. He would.
You can't trust him. You can't trust any droid.
Yeah. So if we get him to help and he actually is a traitor, he'd be like, "Why do they have a giant missile?"
also, Loophole might have the skill, seeing as he's doing this anyway.
Possibly, but
Let's have the universe decide that.
you came up with the idea, Daniel. You roll.
Is
Yeah.
anybody
Good or better, he has the skill.
What's our best skill so far? Is it a 10 or better?
Oh, good God, no! I have like 7s.
Loophole does not have the appropriate skill. That's why they're still unserviceable. Otherwise, he would have fixed it.
Tina's effective skill would be an 8 after
Yeah,
the default.
I think Bosco's the smartest one in the group. I think you got a 14, right?
A 14. I'm wondering, can I use
Wait,
Ronnke?
where do you get 10? You should have a 9.
I have a 9. I was asking if anybody had 10 or better.
Oh, gotcha.
They'd be better than me.
Okay, well,
I'm wondering,
so-
can I use connoisseur military weapons as a complementary skill?
No.
We can't take extra time.
Well, I can roll it and then just use luck. I'll use my luck.
So there's no extra time on that
I
skill?
can do both. Do what?
Did you say you can't take extra time?
No, we can.
Yes, you can.
Although we don't know what the base time for repairing a missile is, but
We'll say
Yeah, it
1
says
hour.
a successful roll lets you find a problem if it isn't obvious. A second roll lets you repair it. Time required is up to the GM. That's
there
armory.
you go.
So we'll say an hour.
So if it's an hour, we could take 30 hours and get the max.
Which means you would be taking you'd have to do an all-nighter.
Yeah, well, and we could probably rotate on that, but that would get Bosco up to a 14, which is a basically crit fail only.
You do need to also consider that your arc fighter needs some TLC as well.
Yeah, I think that's going to be if we put Bosco on the missile and Nim and Tina could gang up on the fighter, that's probably
What
going to get it
are
covered.
Daryl's repair skills?
You just bring him up. Wow. He actually has artillery guided missile.
Well, we found the gunner, I guess. I absolutely should have had that damn skill. Man, don't start, Phil. Don't start. So many skills.
He does not have any armory skills.
What about mechanic or?
He has mechanic, starship,
Yep.
air, and contragrav.
Definitely need the starship for the fighter. I don't know if Nim and or Tiny have that.
Mechanic for what?
Starship.
Yes.
I have
Tina
it, but
has.
it's not great.
Yeah, Tina's got a 13.
Does armory not also have a default to the skill to fire it?
No, it said engineer. Yeah, defaults IQ -5 or engineer same -4.
Okay, so I must be thinking of to unjam a weapon. You can roll your weapon skill minus something.
Oh man, damn it. I was like about to get excited because it's like I saw most specialities default to one another at -4. And then it says, but above TL4, there is no default between armory specialities dealing with armor and armor specialities dealing with weapons.
Okay, so at least Daryl can fire it.
Well, any of us can fire it. He's just the person who's most likely to hit. That is 100% correct there, Daniel. Luck is 11 Bravo, not 11 Hotel or 11 Charlie. Actually, I don't know if Charlie and Hotel are still around. I know Mike isn't. They folded that in with Bravo.
I'd presume they would still be around.
So when we do this, when it actually goes down, we have to make sure that happens next session so that Nosh can be here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't worry. When it's appropriate, he'll go, nope, sorry, I'm not going to be there. Bah, ha, 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 ha. You know how it is.
Well,
Yeah, Charlie's still there.
At this point, I think Bosco just kind of wants to see what's wrong with it. He's not trying to fix it.
All right, so following day, you're going to head out back to Loophole.
Yep.
Guess
Let's roll Universe to see if you have any trouble Imperial entanglements as you leave.
Let's
Who
not
hasn't
get
rolled in a
entangled.
while?
I
think
like
it's Mel's turn.
I like Tina rolling because I like Mel's dice.
Okay, so this is universe reaction.
Universe reaction, yes.
Wow.
Good.
All right. Maybe I don't like Mel's dice so much.
Yeah, not on reaction rolls.
So you will not have any trouble, any checkpoints or anything like that that sort of give you any grief. You'll head out to Loophole's establishment out at the Mahina Kai Plateau. And this is the picture mainly for the stream's benefit. The old battlefield, which is scarred with debris everywhere. Long decaying. Should bring up Loophole as well. My list of things is growing bigger. It's harder to find stuff.
I was going to say need to start cleaning out the folder, but given the situation, you keep having to reuse those old ones.
Okay, when you get out there, you'll see the corpse of the Ronnke has been removed. Loophole doesn't want to attract more of them, so he's dragged it into the wastes.
Or eating it.
He hasn't eaten that many. He's certainly got some steaks.
Yep, there's a whole walk-in freezer that's where it's at.
There's probably lots of jerky drying and stuff like that, but yeah. So, Loophole will tell you, I do have some, but it is not serviceable. He takes you down to his stash, which luck you have seen before. Those of you that haven't been here will see that he has a bunch of battle droids that he has repaired and sort of serviced. He has all sorts of weapons. He has a cache of infantry style weapons, all Clone Wars era stuff. And he has, you will see, a couple of crates which he opens up and he says, "These are them." Let's roll for how many he's got. We'll roll 2d6 and I'll get Nim to roll that one. Actually, Bosco. He hasn't rolled in a little while.
2d6.
Just 2d6, yes.
I'm trying.
Click on the dice, hold it, and then click the other mouse button.
All right.
So he has 6.
Well, we'll get a full magazine out of it.
He will tell you, "I know that they are not serviceable. They will need..." And he shrugs. I don't know what they need. Hopefully you get them operational.
Yep, hopefully.
Who was going to be making the rolls? And
Well,
believe it was
are you taking
Bosco.
extra time, given that you
Luck-
have 3 days?
Yeah, Luck is definitely going to be assisting as much as possible. I mean, I'm not going to probably make it. Well, actually, if we are, how much extra time were we getting there?
You can get up
Is it
to
plus 5?
30.
Is that plus 5?
Mm-hmm.
That's plus 5. However,
Okay, that
Um,
would put me at.
since you're not on a time limit, it'll take extra time as much as you need. So if you critical the roll, then of course you fix
Right.
it.
Right.
Well,
If you don't
ultimately-
need the extra time, then you won't have to use it.
Ultimately, I'm trying to game the system by helping him by making a roll to give him a +1 on the roll, so I can spend a point in armory heavy weapons.
And the Arc 170 appears to be mostly functional. It's the lat that needs an engine
Yep.
overhaul.
Oh, okay. Right. We could fly it as is. It's just crap.
It's got crappy range too.
But you're not going far, so that should be fine.
Well, it doesn't mean we can't still work on it.
Yeah, well, I think you probably end up wanting to focus on the mistreated and the wobbly first.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll put Tina and Nim on the fighter.
And I
But-
guess you have Durrell as well.
That's true.
So he has Mechanic Starship.
What's his level?
12.
Okay. So we got a 10, a 12, and a 13.
Well, I'm going to try to help Bosco with the missiles, and let's see if I can't totally cause it to explode. Damn it! Failed by 1. Sorry.
So
That
that's a
goes from us-
-1.
Yeah, so that goes from us not having a damn clue what we're doing.
am I supposed to roll right now, or you waiting on me?
You can roll, but you are at -1.
So you're going to be +4 total. So that's what, 13? No, should be higher, better than that, right? Yeah, 13. You would normally be 14, but I sadly made it worse for you. Sorry.
And then okay, so I'll just do a -4. Is that really what I'm doing?
+4.
Oh, +4. Sorry.
Well, the default.
-5.
What's the default? IQ -5.
Yeah.
So just do an IQ -6 roll.
It's
What?
Huh?
Yeah, if you do, because
Why?
IQ -6. So the default plus your failure, and then you'll get up to a +5 bonus if needed.
Right.
Alright.
Right. So yeah, you
How
just
about I
don't
just
want
roll
to.
IQ?
You want to fail by less than 5.
So I'm
Or
getting
5
a
or less.
+5, and then I'm getting a -5, and then a
No,
plus
just
a -1.
just do your skill IQ -6.
I'm just gonna roll IQ because I'm gonna use luck, and then hopefully, and then I can
You
succeed
are
by
using
6.
luck.
Stop it.
I can't help it.
Okay, so it's fail by 2, fail by 2, fail by 4.
Fail by 2 it is.
So fail by 2 means you need 2 hours. Is that right?
Is it?
Yes.
No, 4.
-6. So the success by 4 is a fail by 2.
Right, but he failed by 2, so he needs 2 more points.
Yeah,
which
so
is gonna be times 2 times 4.
Oh, okay, so it takes 4 times long. So 4 hours.
That's not that bad.
So that will give you 1 serviceable missile.
Oh, you're doing it like that.
So 4 hours later, you have 1 missile, which is working. Are you going to attempt for more?
We probably ought to have a backup.
Needed all 6.
So that took me 4 hours.
So you used 4 hours.
Not just you.
Oh, and luck, of course. So you want to try another missile?
I'm okay with failing as long as it's not like a critical failure and I blow us up.
That would be
Yeah.
funny.
And you don't have
But,
any spare character points for a flesh wound.
I do.
So luck will be fine. It'll just sort of graze him, but
He's
Bosco
gonna dive
turns to
and say,
ash.
"Oh, crap," and dive behind something that is, will resist it.
Don't
Okay.
don't accidentally crack open the nuclear generator and irradiate yourself.
All right, so
okay.
luck, give me your roll.
If you want to do another complimentary roll,
Okay, so
So
we're just
do it in the same
doing
way.
Default.
Yeah, just roll your default.
oh,
I
come on,
cannot help.
man. Oh no, you're like, use that, pull that one.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm trying to read the manual, but it's in bocce, and I don't speak bocce.
Okay, I'm rolling once. There you go.
-1. Well, woo! Look at that.
Wow, so that's going to be a fail by 1. So you need 2 hours to fix that one.
Well, stand to reason they're starting to get better at it.
So you now have 2 missiles, and it's taken you 6 hours.
Well, yeah. In fact,
Be
we've got
faster if luck
2.
wasn't confusing him.
This is true.
Yeah. Is this enough for
Luck
the next
may have
session?
actually be able to help for the next one. No, we totally need to do all 3. We need to get all 6 of these because you know how it's going to go is we're going to fire and the dude's going to dodge and the fire and dude's going to dodge. And
All right, roll your next
hey,
roll.
he's at a bonus this time.
Ooh.
So fail by 1. So unfortunately for you, you cannot repair that one.
Yeah, this one's gonna take longer. Or yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like,
Bonuses.
that makes sense that I was able to help because I'm looking at it going, yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's foobarred.
So you will spend 30 hours and come up with nothing on that one.
Crap. I got 2.
So
Thinking
that
this one,
will be 36 hours that you've spent so far.
yeah, put this one aside. Like this one's not.
Okay,
Something's wrong with
so
it. And then go to the next missile or the
Well,
next.
well,
with having to sleep and things like that, that's probably our wad right there.
Yeah, we probably got 2 missiles. Oh, man, that's going to suck. Damn
Make
it. That
them
means
count.
we're going to be
We got a
relying
spare.
on Nosh. Nosh's die rolls. He's going to roll 2 17s. And Mel
Let me
is going
see.
to giggle because she knows exactly what that feels like.
Yes, I do.
He has 6 unspent points, so he can't buy luck.
Of course not. I'm not going to be bought for 6 points.
Wait a sec. He has Hot Pilot 4.
Yeah, that's like he should be the pilot, but he's the only one that has that armory or the artillery skill.
Well, why would that be
think-
fired by the gunner?
Hot Pilot,
the
I think,
point.
might give him the bonus to that skill. So he may have got his skill wrong there.
No. Well,
2
Hot
points.
Pilot is gunner, any navigation, aerospace, and piloting. So technically no, but really it probably should.
So it applies to Gunner.
Yep.
So I will say that it'll apply to the artillery guided missile.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Damn,
So
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
actually, I think it already is including it. So he spent 2 points. His dex is 11. It is a dex average, so that should be at
Artillery?
dex.
No, artillery is an IQ skill.
IQ average. Okay, so then at 2 points it should be his IQ. So no, it's not including Hot Pilot. So
Well, that won't. Artillery's not on the list.
all right, so I'm good with Hot Pilot applying to guided missiles, at least those that are fired from a spacecraft.
Well, that puts us in a slightly better position.
So he'll have a skill of
No, it
17.
doesn't. He's still going to roll 17s and miss.
I said slightly. Okay. So that was.
You're just lucky a
our
Lambda
orbital
shuttle is unarmed.
It's totally not going to be a Lambda shuttle. Actually, I'm not sure if that's the case. I think they do have like light lasers.
Yeah, I thought they had something. What do you want for the
So mechanic starship,
fighter?
we need to work out how many days you've spent.
Right. So we want to just
36 hours total. You can conceivably do 8 hours a day. So at best, you have 3 days. So you're going to have to be pulling some all-nighters. So someone's going to be
Alright.
really fatigued.
Standard
So
configuration for the T4 is steerable forward, twin tame and back KX5 laser cannons, 2 twin laser cannons, and aft retractable twin blaster cannons. And they have an alternate military configuration which has 8 forward cannons and 2 aft cannons that are lasers. So that thing's
it is
freaking
definitely armed.
that thing. Yeah, because I was thinking when playing X-wing that shooting those things.
Yeah, I was
they
thinking
shot
they
back.
had some. All right.
Well.
So
So mechanic starship.
does Tina have any equipment bonuses?
I don't think so. Give me a sec to check. She doesn't have any fancy equipment or anything like that.
And if she doesn't, does Loophole? Which we probably should have asked that a minute ago.
He has basic tools.
Okay, that's not going to help.
So he has the tools required to do the job, not to do the job well. He doesn't have fine tools.
Tina's got a portable machinist toolkit, and that's about it. She does have electronics repair kit if we need it.
Okay, well that was a stretch. Did she have attentive?
She has, yes, she does have attentive.
Okay, so there's +1 right there.
Give me a sec.
So that's going to get you to a 14 without anybody's help. So I think we're going to be okay on this starship. So I'm going to go ahead and roll my assist on that, and God help us.
Which of the things are you going to be fixing first? You have
Are we gonna roll
mistreated,
for
short
each one
legs.
separately?
Yes. Yeah. Each condition's a separate thing to fix.
I think we want the wobbly first.
All right. So to increase your SR,
Yeah. Here we go.
did you have luck?
Oh, I'm over here.
When was that?
Oh, did he have luck?
That might be long enough ago.
Oh, I should also make the roll for Darrell, since he can assist.
Yeah, we need that at least.
Luck 1757. But I'm trying to see where if you used it.
Used it again. There it is.
Wow.
1944. We're a little bit short.
So you're going to be at -2.
Well, -1 because I got a +1 for I think attentive, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Easy.
Well, okay.
Once she tuned out them joking with one another.
Yeah, and she will also go into workaholic mode, and she will pull an all-nighter unless somebody actually makes her stop.
So you already have an all-nighter from fixing your lightsaber. So you're down
Now, did
fatigued
we?
as
It
well.
sounded like we had like a next day kind of thing after the nighttime meeting, right? At least that's what it sounded like.
Yes.
Well, you have 3 days from that nighttime meeting.
So they had the nighttime
she-
meeting, and then we
No,
slept,
she-
and then
yeah.
we came out here the next day, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yes.
We met late that evening, so I don't know how much she needed to sleep.
She's at 2 fatigue points down. So if she could get one back, then she could pull an all-nighter
You'll
here,
be
I think.
fine.
Man, how the hell are we going to board that thing without everybody's going to die?
Well, you didn't need to pull an all-nighter because you succeeded by 4. So you need to find out what the standard time for repairs is.
Right. Well, we've still got other bits to do. So let's just see where we end up on that.
Alright. The thing is not damaged, so it's a minor repair.
Hello.
Okay. Minor repairs take 30 minutes, modified by the value. Alright, so you're going to be at a further -2 because I'm going to assume that in GURPS credits wise, a arc fighter is more than 100,000. Perhaps less than it. Oh, actually, it's probably going to be over 1 million. So you'd be at -3.
Okay. So first roll was base roll success by 6, -1 for Daryl.
So
Plus
-5.
+1 for attentive, -1 for Nim, and then minus.
So you succeed by 4, then you succeed by, then you're -3. So you succeed by 1 overall.
Okay.
So it takes you half an hour to fix the problem.
Okay. So that was, which one did we do? Was it the wobbly?
Right.
Okay.
Problem. If we're not doing the time spent on the assistance roll, we're not getting the benefit of the time spent on the assistance roll.
Yeah.
Correct. But I'm assuming, did you take as much time as needed up to 5, the +5?
Right. But the thing is, we're giving her penalties when we might not actually be giving her penalties because time spent.
Well, we have a calculated time spent in that.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Right. So in fixing the wobbly, you didn't need to take extra time to fix it.
Yeah, that one we got lucky.
So half an hour later, you fix the wobbly. However, minor repairs do require some parts. I will look at that in a moment.
So it's a -3 for like the value of the thing.
Yes. So repairs, the value of the item is a modifier to the repair.
180,000 credits is what the Wikipedia has for the ARC 170.
Yeah, but we would have to do that in GURPS units.
Yeah, I have no idea
So-
what that translation would be.
It would be in the millions, I imagine, if built as via spaceships. So -3 for the value is the only penalty that you have. You have appropriate tools and stuff. It is only a minor repair, so major repairs are further -2.
Okay.
And then you have tools
So-
penalties, but you have tools.
All right. So next one we're going to do is wobbly, right?
I thought the wobbly was what you
No,
repaired.
that was the first.
Oh, sorry. Mistreated.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that one still a minor?
That is a minor repair, yes. Wow.
Well, if you just keep rolling like that, we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So another half hour later, you're flying through these fixes.
And then, meanwhile, Luck and Bosco over there going, I don't know what that does.
You even got help from Doril.
Woohoo!
No, this one goes there. That one goes there. Kaboom!
All right.
Last one is short legs. Is that a minor or a major?
I think those were 2. Weren't there? Yeah, it's
There's
2.
2 times short legs. They are minor repairs still.
Okay, so is Daryl's roll for this next one or for that previous one?
That was for the previous. So this is
That was
Daryl's.
the GM dragon ass.
This is Daryl's roll. So he will No, that will be a fail because of the -3 penalty. Is Nim going to help?
If he took extra time, it would have succeeded.
Well, we'll see. It might turn into a success.
Yeah.
All right.
So we can say at least an hour. If you want Daryl's bonus, you need an hour.
Well, I'm probably not going to help at all.
Okay,
So-
well, I'll just roll based on just the usual 30 minutes and then we'll go from there.
Come on, give me something bad. What the hell?
Damn, woman.
Who are you and what have you done with Mel's dice?
I
She gave them to
really
us.
don't know.
That's true. She
Success
gave them
by
to
two.
us.
All right, so you didn't need Daryl's help. Otherwise, we would have calculated that as being an hour. But wow, you smash these repairs out. So
Okay,
an hour and a half later,
There's one more. Yeah.
Right.
so one more short legs.
Wonder wonder if I should even bother. You know what? I'm going to take a break.
Okay, so -1 from Daryl, up to potentially requiring an hour to fix it.
Okay.
What the hell?
Man,
I have no
Woman!
idea what's going on.
give me my
I was
dice
like
back.
freaking out.
2 hours later, you have fixed this arc fighter.
And she's like, get back. Stop it.
Wow.
She just stands up, pats it, and says, "Oh yeah."
Meanwhile, Bosco and Luck still don't know what they're doing.
I don't like fixing them. I like tearing them apart.
Wow. So that's 2.5 hours.
You broke the GM, Mel, because he's never seen you roll like that.
I've
He's
never
just
seen me roll like
broken.
this. This is a fluke. Next week, I'll be back to normal. Don't worry.
What was your lowest roll? Or your worst roll? 7.
Yeah.
That's not right. The universe is coming to an end. 7,
That's a
6,
harbinger of something or other.
7, 5.
Okay, well, the fighter's good.
It's functional. It doesn't look pretty. It's still, well and truly weathered and old and stuff, but it works.
Now we got a couple of days to convince her not to paint it pink.
You can scrounge around for some pink paint. Okay, well, you have a fighter and 2 missiles, and you will waste the rest of your time trying to get another missile. Unfortunately, you're out of time.
What did we say the compliment on this thing was? Can we even get everybody in it?
No, it's 2. It's a pilot and gunner. Technically, you can also have a astromech, but we don't have an astromech.
But you do have you have the Corsair's ship.
Yeah, the Corsair ship.
Right, which means we're going to have to follow up.
So since we're going to be like 3 days, while the other stuff's going on, Tina would actually want to go ahead and start working on the lat as well.
Might as well.
Okay.
We can save it and roll it at another time because we're getting close to time.
I don't think there's anything else that we really need to take care of. We kind of want Nosh to be here for the actual thing, so it's best to take care of that next session. So go ahead, fix this lat.
Yeah, let's see how bad things get now.
Yeah.
Is it the
I'm just
same
gonna
cost?
stay out of your
Is
way.
it the same basic stuff? Is it a starship?
Yeah,
is it
I'm going to assume that it's going to be over $1 million as well.
Yeah, hold on.
Let me just check the tables again.
Let's see.
Roll another 5
it
on
is
Colin's
listed as
shenanigans.
gunship. And
she's got
that
starship, not gunship.
well, I mean, no, I mean, it's talking in Star Wars.
Yeah, is it a speeder
that
or is it a starship?
is considered
starship.
starship.
Okay.
Let's see. Cost.
Because she also has maneuver engine, for at the same level, contragrav at the same level for mechanic.
Okay.
Technically, I think it would be classified as a speeder.
Well, can speeders break orbit or break
Some
out?
of them can, but not many of them. And
So would
it's
that
going to
be
depend. It's going to depend on whether this is an early model lat or a late model or later model.
Well, it would be the later model lat because it was
Okay.
towards the end of the war.
Okay, so then that would definitely be a starship, because early lats were in atmosphere only, requiring transporting cruisers to land somewhere, blah, blah, blah. Later versions allowed the gunship to fly through space and actually be used for boarding and ship-to-ship battles.
Okay. On the lat, which are you going to fix first?
Let's see. So bad engine, I'm assuming is going to be a major repair.
That's a major repair, yes.
The other two are minor.
Correct.
Okay, so let's fix the minor ones first, and then she'll spend the rest of the time while they're working on the missiles to work on the engine, because that may take a while.
It just works out to be extra penalties for major repairs. So the time taken is still the same.
Okay.
You just did a further penalty.
All right. So roll the first. We'll start off with unresponsive.
So that's a fail by Drill.
Yeah. So
or
we'll
potentially
do
requiring 8 hours.
Yeah. So we'll do extra time on that to fix unresponsive.
Suppose if you don't finish that one, you can just carry over to afterward.
Yeah.
So attentive. So you're going to be at a overall minus. You're going to fail by 1.
Yeah. So
you'll need at least an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll need at least an hour to fix it with Daryl's help. So you only need an hour to offset Daryl.
A lot of that is him yelling at me in Wookiee from the cockpit, trying to get it to fix. Yeah.
Did she understand Wookiee?
Broken.
Okay, so she's like, I don't know what you're saying. Stop talking.
Yeah, so communication problem. All right, so next one, let's go ahead and resolve mistreated if we can.
Okay, so you will get a full bonus from Daryl.
Nim wandered off and started helping Loophole tear some stuff down from another vehicle because he's like, oh, I know how to do this.
You can break shit. Putting him together is the hard bit.
Okay.
So half an hour to fix that one.
Okay.
Oh,
and
that's
then
actually...
after that... Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say that's actually pretty literal because according to 3rd edition vehicles, which was the only place, once again, where I could find a rule for it, tearing it down is a +3 to mechanic.
That makes sense. All right, so this one's a major repair. So you're still at the -3 for the cost or the value of the vehicle. You're going to be at a further -2 for major repair. So -5 is your penalties.
Okay, and then +1 for attentive.
And you'll...
Let's see what happens with Daryl.
So -5. No, he will fail. So to get the bonus from him, you'll need... No, he can't. He won't actually be able to help you at all.
Actually, does now this is a bad engine, so this would be maneuver drive anyway.
Yeah, I have the same skill in that.
I don't know about Daryl though.
Oh, yeah.
He does not have it, but Starship covers all things in a starship. It's just not specific.
I also have it at the same. But I'm not going to get in the way.
All right, so roll.
Okay, that one's a little worse.
So fail by 3. You're going to fail by 4 because Daryl doesn't help you at all.
Well,
So-
I added the -1 in
Oh, you
there
already
for
added that.
drills. Yeah, so it's a fail by 3.
So fail by 3, you would need 2, 4, 8 hours to fix that one.
Yep, she will go ahead and do that because we've got the time.
So your total time was 3.5 hours plus 8 hours, so 11.5 hours.
Yeah, she'll workaholic her way through and then crash when everything's done and probably sleep in the next morning.
On the lat.
Yep.
All
Yeah,
right,
just
so
leave her alone. It's hers now.
you will fix those 2 vehicles. They will still be old, busted ass looking, but they are serviceable. They work fine.
Fresh coat of paint.
They
be
will
great.
pass roadworthy. And you guys, the rest of you will have to give up on getting a 3rd missile because you'll run out of time before you can do anything else further.
All right. Do we need to go over the tactics here? What are we actually going to do?
Disable, board.
I mean, do we just fly up to it and start shooting?
What kind of defenses do they have?
Well, apparently they're not defenseless. They are.
They're actually pretty heavily defended, those things. So it'll be interesting.
Do they have shields?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everything has shields except a TIE fighter.
Do we have you guys may have already said it, but the stats for the ship? And are we using the spaceship rules just so I can look at that stuff for next
We
time?
will use the spaceship rules. We won't be using the advanced rules though.
Yeah,
So, no vectors.
This will either be really straightforward and easy, or it won't be. I mean, if we go through both of those torps and it's not done, then we're probably gonna have to bug out.
We'll blow it up.
Well, I guess that would work.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to come up with a plan B.
Yeah, if the 2 torps miss, we're just going to have to try to destroy the shuttle.
Fair enough.
Then you still have the issue of a guy in detention that might break eventually.
Yes.
But he's not going to break yet.
That means ISB isn't going to take him away because they're like, whoa, what the hell's going on?
They'll send another eventually, but
if it doesn't work, we try to destroy the shuttle, and then we look at breaking into or finding a way into the detention facility.
Oh, there is one thing we need to potentially work out before we finish. You want to be jamming their communications.
Oh yeah.
Jamming their communications can mean only one thing.
Raspberry Lone Star.
So, Do we have any EW gear available?
I have some gear for that kind of stuff, and could possibly source something else if we need something more specific, or at least try to source it.
Yeah, what was our total hourage here? It was in the 30 something, 36.
36.
36 working plus, let's say sleep 8 hours one day, 12
Okay,
hours.
that would be 4 days.
So you're going to give up on getting the third missile. You're going to say we don't have time. So.
And it was only 12 hours, so it's a day and a half on the vehicles. Okay, so we'll basically have we'll have 2 more days to find contacts.
Well, who was working on the missiles? It was Bosco and Luck. So Bosco and Luck will be occupied.
Well, 30 hours.
We're going to be
36
occupied
hours,
with
right?
failure.
That's like 3 days, let's say, at 12-hour days, or 2 days,
Well,
working
we're pulling overnights, bro.
15-hour shifts plus. But what I'm saying is it's only going to be then 2 days then, not more than that, right?
Well, that's better, I guess, yeah. If you really want to go there. Ugh.
Because we're focused on that. We're not going out drinking or anything like that.
But Luck, Nim, Tina, and Daryl, after a day and a half, are available to do other stuff.
Well, if we're only working on the vehicles or whatever it is for 8 hours a day, we've got another 8 hours a day.
Oh, Tina worked until like late at night and slept in the next morning.
If Tina never actually stopped, then it's probably only took 1 day.
Yeah, she sleep in the next morning to get fatigue back, and yeah,
So
she was like, "I'm on a roll."
So, question: what does Bosco have for jamming?
So I had looked at the rules for that before, and I couldn't find anything specific for communications. It just says you use your normal communicator skills. I'm sorry, communications equipment, but you use your EW, is it ECM or EW?
Okay.
You use the appropriate skill, but you use the same equipment.
What equipment did you purchase? What is it?
It's the communication. Well, I got the ECM detector, and then I got the. Hold on, I gotta look. You're gonna make me look this up.
I am going to make you look it up.
Vehicles is probably the best place to look up the ECM.
The reason I'm assuming what he got was actually personal and not vehicle level.
No, I did get the. It's not personal. It's like 6 pounds, 10 pounds, something like that. It's a little bit bigger, but I don't carry it around.
I would still consider that personal, but that depends. Communication and interface, probably. So, radio communicators. Yada yada. Encryption.
Sure.
He's got the medium one because I wasn't gonna buy the 50-pound one. It just didn't make sense.
Yeah, but medium what?
It's a broad spectrum radio communicator.
Yeah, I don't think that's like a jammer though.
Yeah, that's just a radio.
But that's what I'm telling you guys. From what I read, there wasn't like a specific jammer per se. You use your equipment to do that.
Ultratech page 99. Radio jammers. Does it do radio jammer?
Costs. Why is that in a completely different section?
It's under the covert ops and security.
That should be under communication.
Deceptive ECM.
Well, I have that, but that's something else, I think.
Sorry, that's a radar jammer, not radio.
Yeah.
Right. But all that said, I think he's right that just using electronic ops EW can potentially use a radio to jam their communications. I think that's not wrong.
I don't remember exactly what I had read, but I know that I spent hours the last couple of sessions because I was trying to put that gear together, and I couldn't find anything specific for radios. There was stuff for radars, lasers, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that sounds like another case for have to go back to vehicles.
I think vehicles will have something on it.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
We can do
But-
that
but-
between now and next session.
Yeah,
see
we
if you have
can
it.
retcon whatever Bosco purchased there if we have to.
All right.
Because from what I remember, it was basically a contest of skills between the radio community, the one that's trying to send out a signal,
Yeah,
and the one that's trying to jam it. And you use
yeah, something like that.
I think Basic Set also has something about that in its vehicle section.
Okay, well, at least we've established we need to do that.
Okay. I think we can leave it there unless someone... Why is luck suddenly...
I was messing with something and I clicked on the wrong thing.
Okay. We can leave it here unless anyone has any questions. It'll be 2 points.
I'm spending one in armory heavy weapons.
So a couple of days messing with missiles. You've picked up a
that's
thing
how
or
this
two.
works.
All right, that is fine.
Wish I could get the gunnery stuff, but alas.
That'll
Well,
come.
you could practice with one of your missiles. Roll default.
It is a perishable skill. Perhaps he used to have it.
No, I was in the
Actually, High Tech might be the book that has radio jammers.
Well, it's definitely going to be in third edition vehicles at the very least. They were very comprehensive.
Yes. Pity they haven't done the 4th edition version of that yet.
One day.
I think it's written. It's still in playtest.
I remember reading it, so there was a little blurb about it. So I just got to find out where it was.
Yeah, well, as soon as you figure that out, you can post that in Discord.
All right. We all good? 2 points for everyone?
Yep. Good.
All right. So if you are watching this and you have any questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Space battle next week.
Yay.
Do we have stats on the